Hey guys, it's Lucia from emeraldstitchcraft. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we're on to week 3 of the Sirdar Crochet along. But first and foremost, a little media wrap up. Last time we spoke, I was either talking about Silence of the Lambs or Late Night with the Devil. If I didn't talk about Late Night with the Devil, we watched it. It's amazing. Go watch it. It is 100% worth it. Then we watched The Fog. It's a John Carpenter with Jamie Lee Curtis, so you know it's going to be good. It is one of my favourite John Carpenter movies, one that I don't think gets talked about enough. I think it's just so good. It has that small town charm with Antonio Baby in a small little seaside town, and it's so good. And then we watched I Know What You Did Last Summer. That is another great movie. I had actually never seen this film. There's a lot of 90s, early 2000s films that we kind of missed. When I first started kind of getting into horror, it was more kind of slightly like late 2000s, maybe early 2010s. And then I just went back to like 80s and kind of worked my way back from there. I just kind of skipped the 90s, early 2000s. Don't know why. They're good, but they're not necessarily like my favorite decade. But I Know What You Did Last Summer was good. It was a bit of crack. Like, it's not groundbreaking. It's pretty people getting killed. But it was a lot of fun. And again, it had that like small seaside town kind of vibe that I love. And then we watched Prometheus, the Alien spin-off. It's just a good movie. It gets a lot of hate. I don't really understand where the hate comes from. I just think it's really good. Like, okay, the makeup on Wayland is really bad. And like to make him look older, and I'm saying that as someone who is a qualified makeup artist who specialized in special effects makeup artistry. Like it looked like something that I would have done for theater when I was first learning. Like it's just, I don't know, every time I look at it just sort of takes me out. I don't like it. But apart from that, it's a really good film. And then to keep that train rolling, we watched Alien. One of the greatest movies ever made. Ripley is the ultimate final girl, and I will hear nothing else of the sort. I think she is the icon of all final girl icons. She is just amazing. And then tonight, to kind of keep the Alien train rolling, we're going to be watching Alien Romulus. So this is, again, one of my favourite spin-off movies from the Alien franchise. It's so good. I think it's Kaylee Spaney. She's just so good in this. And again, another savage final girl. That's the one thing I really, really love about the Alien franchises, is that they have these badass women. And my favourite thing I think about Ripley was the fact that they wrote this amazing character and they called it Ripley. And they didn't know if it was going to be male or female until they met Sigourney Weaver, and they were like, nah, this is it. This is Ripley. And then they went from there. Like, that's how you write an amazing female character. Like, that's how you do it. If you're gonna do it, that's how you do it. So, that's kind of extra why I love her. But the Alien franchise is just full of amazing, strong, badass women. So, what's not to love? I should have started with this, but if the lighting is a little bit better today, it is because I did buy a ring light. I'm still figuring out what my setup is going to look like, so I don't know if this is good. It kind of blocks my viewfinder a little bit, so I can't actually see how good it is. But I suppose, fingers crossed, it's a little bit better than it was, which was that I just had my skylight and it made my forehead a beacon and it was no good. So yeah, we went to IKEA yesterday. They have a little kind of gaming range kind of thing that they did. And so you get like your little ring light and then it has a little phone holder and everything. Not that I record on my phone, but it will be good for taking like product photos or even just kind of getting some B-roll. I think it could be quite good for. But also, while I was in IKEA, I did notice that they were starting to put up their Halloween stuff. So it was only a pretty small section that I found, but I will insert the little clip here that I took. So they have this adorable little ghost little jar. I really wanted it. €12. Didn't buy it. Spoiler alert. Little cat shaped kind of jars and candles. They're so stinking cute. And then these like really cool kind of abstract pumpkins. And then, oh no thank you. No sir, we don't do spiders in this household. No thank you. More pumpkin-y kind of stuff. And then they have tons of like gorgeous candles, pumpkin shaped candles, pumpkin scented candles. Like, they were all just so good, and if I had the space, you know I'd be taking all of this home. And then they also have these really cool lanterns that have like kind of bats and everything, kind of scenes on them and stuff. Only €17. Like, are you having a laugh? But they were absolutely humongous. and I just don't have the space. So in true boring mid-30s fashion, I came home with Ziploc bags. So not the most exciting. They were spooky Ziploc bags, I guess. They were like part of their spooky range. So I had like the cats and stuff on it. I'll put a little picture here. But yeah, just Ziploc bags. Just because I need them for my fridge. But anyway, enough about that. We are starting on to week 3 of the Sirdar Crochet Along. And like I said in last week's video, I was basically guessing that they were going to be leaving the appliques until the following week, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we are doing the faces on the smaller squares and then the bigger appliques for the big kind of corner squares. And then as well we have some border bits to do. So I'm going to start off with these so that I can at least have all of the squares just like fully finished and ready to go, and then I will kind of go from there. So I was looking at it yesterday and I did do a little bit off camera. So basically what I did off camera was I was looking, and the eyes that you're doing for the pumpkin and for Jack Skellington, they were really small and fiddly. I just thought I would even do like one of each to kind of see how I got on. But they were so small and fiddly that I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to record this and have it look in any way aesthetic. Like my fingers are tripping over themselves. Basically, they're so small and fiddly. So I had to do 8 of the circular ones for Jack Skellington and 10 of the triangle ones for the pumpkin. So since I have all of them done, I'm just going to go ahead and do all of the embroidery. So let's go. Okay, so that is officially one of them completed. So, the eyeball one, I'll zoom in a little bit. Or will I? Yeah, so there's the eyeball one. I didn't do it exactly how the picture was. I just did it the way I kind of wanted to do it. And then same, only putting the one little white dot thing in it. And then that's the pumpkin one. The eyes are a little bit bogey, but you know what, even when I carve real pumpkins, they're a little bit bogey, so it's just legit. And then there's this one. It's supposed to be Jack Skellington, or Skullington as they're referring to it even. I, however, I'm mostly getting kind of demonic Thomas the Tank Engine, like you know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I'm getting. I don't hate it though, you know. I'm kind of into the demonic Thomas the Tank Engine, not gonna lie. I think it's pretty cool. So there you have it. There's the first panel done. And you know what? It does look pretty good. You can't even see all of it. I'll try and hold it like sideways. It does look pretty good. I am pretty happy with that one. So I am going to go and bash out the rest of them. You don't really need to see me kind of embroidering over and over again. I'll check back in with you when they're done. But while I remember, a lot of people have been asking about the eyeball blanket. Because I made it, like, I said it was last year. I'm beginning to think it might have been the year before that. I don't remember. It has now just, it's been on my couch for so long, I don't really remember. But I got enough comments about it that I did try and have a quick Google around, and I'm fairly certain it was just the worsted Halloween eyeball pattern. I think I found it on Pinterest and I clicked from there. judging from what I looked up, I'm fairly certain it was just the worsted one. So, now again, it's all flat, it's all horrible, it's all covered in dog hair. This is a judgment free zone. I'm trusting you with this. So, if I show you up close. So it was 12 double crochets in a magic circle, and then it was, you double it, so like you'll have 24 double crochets, and then you do like a double, like an increase, and then a double crochet, so that you end up, I think it's like 36. It was just the granny square clusters to kind of make it into the square. So I was getting a lot of questions about that, so that's basically how I did it. And then the black ones are just the exact same, just all black, and then I just joined them together and just did it that way. So I hope that helps anybody who has been asking about it. Honestly, I didn't even think. I was just excited to show off my blanket. I didn't even cop that like other people might want to know how I made it and how they could make it. So, but that's how I did it anyway, just the worsted. So now I'm gonna go and bash the rest of these out. Ta-da! We are done putting all of the details, all of the faces. We are Denzel Washington with these squares. So, I'm delighted with that progress. I think it really does look super cute going that way. It looks super cute going this way. I just think it looks really good. So it looks more like a spooky blanket now that everything kind of has like a face and some detailing and stuff like that. So that is one weight lifted. Oh, don't look at the back. The back is scary. So now I think what I'm going to do is the appliques for the cat and the bat. I think I'm going to do them next. Because the bat I think is pretty quick. It's just like the 2 wings and then the 2 little ears. And I imagine, I didn't even look that far, I imagine the 2 ears are probably going to be pretty similar to the little eyeballs that we made for Skullington and the jack-o'-lantern. So let's get going. You guys, I don't know what was going on when I was making these, but my hands were not playing ball. It was just like my brain and my hands were having 2 different conversations. I don't know. They're done anyway, so I'm going to try and attach these to the square. Actually, no, I'm going to make the cat applique and then I will attach them both at the same time. So do all the crochet first, do all the sewing next. So let's go. So it's been a few days, 2.5 to be exact. Last thing you saw me, I was making the cat decal for these big squares, and basically I got distracted by Chewy. He wanted some attention, so I went to play with him, and then I kind of noticed a bit of hand pain, so I did kind of try and ignore it. Mistake number 1, and I kept crocheting and yeah, that was a big mistake. The small mistake in between there, I hadn't hit record, so it's a good thing that I didn't hit record because it was all garbage footage. It was just me wincing. Yeah, anyway, so I basically had to take the last 2.5 days off, so I'm very excited to be back crocheting. So this morning I did finish off said squares. So cat and bat number 1, and then cat and bat number 2. So because I was feeling a little bit sad that I couldn't crochet, and I was getting a little bit stressed, not gonna lie, about the fact that I felt like I was a little bit behind with the video, and I didn't want to have to rush and crochet because that's how I ended up in bits after last week's video. My husband brought me out to Homesense out in Blanchardstown, and we got little iced coffees and we had a little dilly dally and we looked at all the Halloween stuff. I'm gonna put in some clips here. Homesense was absolutely phenomenal. They are upping their game something fierce, and the prices are actually quite good too. And I wanted to naturally buy everything, but as I've said time and time again, I do live in a small house. I have a sitting room, kitchen type area. I have a bedroom and a bathroom. That's it. That's all I got. But you know what? The fun of it for me is going around with my husband and having a look at all the cool stuff and like pointing out some of the really weird stuff, the cute stuff. They had a lot of stuff that reminded me of Little Shop of Horrors, and I thought that was absolutely brilliant. And they had a ton of like crafting kits and everything like that. I think you would have seen it in the clip anyway. But a crafting kit from Homesense is actually what started my crochet journey. I think I mentioned that anyway in my get to know me video, or it was on my crochet wearables video, I'm not sure. But basically it was a little pumpkin garland kit that I got when I was in Homesense, and I'd always wanted to learn how to crochet, and that basically kind of got me into actually making it. The pumpkin turned out garbage, but I still have it, so maybe closer to Halloween I'll take it out and show you. But yeah, the tons of cute craft stuff if you do want to kind of get involved. Again, I said it before, like I just love little craft kits when it comes to Halloween, like putting a movie on, crafting away. So there's tons of stuff there for anybody who wants to do it. So I didn't buy a whole lot. Again, like I was saying, my house is small and my bank account is smaller, so you know. So I only got like 3 things. So the first one I got was this. It is a little soap dispenser. No soap in it, obviously. I do want to buy a new hand soap, like a nice kind of purple one or something like that, so it looks really aesthetic. And then generally purple smells like lavender, and lavender is my favorite smell, so it's a win-win really. So I got this. This was $10.99. like it's not bad. It's like proper glass, so you know you don't really mind that. But it has the little ghosts and the little ribbons and stuff. Thought that was very, very cute. And then I got this. I'm a sucker for making lists. So when I saw this, it's magnetic, so it goes in the fridge. So if we're like running low on shopping lists and stuff, or even if I want to do anything crochet, like for my business, for my YouTube, for my markets, that kind of thing, I can use it to just jot down what I need to do. And it says taboo list, and it has dogs in Halloween costumes. So I mean, come on, instant purchase. And that was like $4.99 I think, and you get quite a lot, like, so it's not bad, you know what I mean. And then the last thing I got was this. So this is just a big pumpkin dog toy for Chewy. It's looking a little bit manky. He's had it for the last like 2 days, so it's a little bit crispy, as I'm sure all dog owners will understand. So yeah, I will eventually have to take the squeaker out, because he will find the seam, he will go straight for the squeaker, and I'm way too terrified of him choking on that. So, but until he actually rips it, it can stay how it is. So yeah, I just thought that was very cute. There's no way I couldn't get Chewy a spooky toy. Like, come on. Pet owners, you know. And then, not related to Homesense, but still Halloween related, Tesco have started to get their stuff in. So they only had a small little section. I didn't take a picture. My Tesco was really very full, and I didn't want to take any videos or anything because I was embarrassed. So plus like we were just there, we were getting snackies for a movie night, so you know, gotta get the fun snacks in. And I just seen it and I was like, oh. So yeah, they had a small little display. It had like kind of little room diffusers, candles, a little glass, that kind of thing. So before I get to what I bought, my normal mug is this one. So I don't know if you can tell, I'm looking in the viewfinder. Yeah, so this has bats on it, and it's the La Crusette. It was part of the La Crusette Halloween range. I got this last year, I want to say. It was pretty expensive. It was like €18, but look at it. So this is my like everyday mug. Again, going back to the small space, I can't have tons of mugs. So this is my mug. This is my everything mug, my coffee, my teas, everything. So I got that. But when I did go, spooky coasters, these will be at my market and they're on my shop, shameless plug. I did have to buy this. So I can't show you properly because it does have coffee in it. So that's my normal mug, like I was saying. And then this one in Tesco. It was, I think, like €3.50, €4. I can't remember exactly. I kind of, sometimes when I see Halloween stuff, it's like a blackout. And I just get really, really excited. And like, normally I don't buy mugs, but even as soon as like my husband seen it, he was like, do you want it? You have to get it. He's like, Luce, you're a witch, you have to get the mug. So I got the mug. It's a cute little cauldron mug. So that's my little haul anyway for this week's video. I haven't made it back out to the range yet. That will probably be in next week's video. I'm seeing more and more stuff that I want to go out and have a look at. And not gonna lie, I probably will at some stage be back out to TK Maxx. I probably won't record it, but if I buy anything, you know I'm gonna show you. Tesco will hopefully be getting more and more stuff in. Dunn's will probably be getting their stuff in. So there's a few different places that I'm gonna want to be checking out, and anything I buy at and I see, I will let you guys know, don't you worry. So for now, let's get started on the crochet. So having a little go at the pattern, it's very odd that the side panels, it's saying that you work into the squares, so you just like, you have your squares done and you work out from there. But then the top and bottom one, you make the top and bottom panels and then you join them. So that, I don't know why they didn't just like make you do it backwards. I don't know. I didn't look at the actual pattern. Like I didn't read the actual pattern yet. So maybe it's something to do with how they need you to do it. You can't work like out. You know, you have to work top down and then attach it. I don't know. But I think I'm going to start with the magic cat panels because that was the one that I was really excited to make. I think it looks really, really cute that it looks like little cat ears and stuff. So I've been, since I seen that on the pattern, I've been buzzing to do it. That's the one that I kept guessing, that I was like, it's the squiggles, it's the squiggles. I was eventually correct, but that was just process of elimination, wasn't it? A broken clock is right 2 times a day, so that's basically what that was. So I'm going to start with the magic cat panels anyway, just because, like I said, I was buzzing to do them. So let's go. Okay, I'm all set up here, so that's why the camera's at a weird angle, because it's more for recording me doing this. But looking at the panel, I think for at least this bottom one, I should be able to just crochet directly onto the panel and up, that it's only the other one that I'll have to crochet the panel and then attach. So I'm guessing they just said to attach them separately for ease, but if I can attach one already and I don't have to sew it in, happy days. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let's just get crocheting. So by trying to take a shortcut and make my life easier, I just wasted the last hour and a half and made my life harder. So I see now why the pattern is not written that you can attach, you can crochet like onto the panel. Like my head is fried trying to do the maths to try and make it work. So I wasn't going to include this, but I figured, you know what, you should see the bad and the good. It's not all just plain sailing with crochet. Sometimes you try and think you're doing something and you're just giving yourself a headache instead. So instead I got changed and I'm gonna go and get some light and air and I'm gonna bring my dog on his walkies. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back from our walk. We are clear-headed. We are good to go. I just literally like came in, freshened up and just made the chain of 86. So now we're actually going to make this bloody panel. Okay. So we're finished the panel. This should have been easy, but it was the bane of my existence. So the second one will be easier. I'm figuring it out because when you look and it's just like a wall of text, sometimes it can be a little bit daunting, and then also the fact that I wasted an entire hour and a half of my life trying to make it easier and just making it worse didn't help, obviously, but it's done. So I haven't attached it to the row of squares, so basically it's gonna sit like above, it's gonna sit like above this one, like this. So it is, looking at it now, it's not stretched out very far. Did you just hear the PlayStation going on? Battlefield Beta, who's on? At the minute, it's looking a little short. Like if I hold these up together, you've got a considerable gap here, so that's interesting, but I'm hoping it'll be okay, mostly just because I know when you do your chain it can be quite tight, so I'm hoping that it'll stretch. I'm sure it'll be fine. That's future Lucy's problem anyway. But I'm not attaching it just yet because I think it's very strange the way the pattern is going, that we're doing the entire outside and joining the entire outside before we do the middle. A part of me is like, I don't know, do I wait until I've done the middle and then attach it and run, like, or do I just attach it and then do the middle, but like maybe run the risk of it not fitting? I don't know. I can't imagine why it wouldn't fit, because my stitch count has been perfect. Not to toot my own horn, but like, toot toot, you know what I mean? It's been perfect, so it should be okay. But I don't know. I'm undecided, and I've seen a lot of people, even in the Facebook group, talking about they're not sure either if they're going to. So for now, I'll do the second one, and then I'll probably go from there and maybe decide, because I know the longer panels, they're already attached. So maybe I'll attach it to these, but I just won't necessarily attach it all together. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to make the other one and then I'll decide. And of course, I will let you know. So we left off with me finishing this little part here. And I did in fact join it to these squares. So there's one. And then there's the other. So that...
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I joined these wrong. Yeah, I joined them wrong. One of these is supposed to be on the bottom. Yeah, I joined this one wrong. Yeah, okay. I literally just realized that as I was holding them up to the camera. This one should be the other way, so this should be on the bottom. Yeah. Okay. So I'll have to rip back that and do that. I'll do that off camera. That's hilarious. That it was literally just me showing them to the camera that made me realize that they were wrong. We're gonna ignore that incorrect. I can't believe I did that. And we're gonna go on to attaching the side bits here. So I think they're calling it the warts. Yeah, witches, warts and tights part of it. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will fix my silly mistake later. I can't believe I did that. Anyway, come on. Before we get crocheting, can I update you guys on the media consumption? So I think the last time I spoke to you said we were gonna watch Alien, or we had just watched Alien. We ended up then watching 28 Years Later the next day. That's such a good movie. Like that, it really captured like the same kind of essence as 28 Days and 28 Weeks. We just don't talk about the ending. So if you just exclude the ending, it's 5 stars. If you include the ending, it's 4. So that's my thoughts on that one. And then we watched Aliens, which for me would be more horror adjacent because it is way more action than kind of horror. But again, Ripley, just phenomenal. and it was really cool to see the alien queen. And I remember reading somewhere that because Disney bought the rights to like pretty much everything, they're just sort of like a conglomerate now, but because they bought the rights to the companies that own like Alien and stuff like that, that like the alien queen is now technically a Disney princess. And that's hilarious. And then we watched Apollo 18. I like rocks. I like rocks. I collect rocks. I think rocks are cool. I currently have 2 rock tumblers going in my garage right now. I just love rocks. I don't know, what can I say? And I love space horror. And this film combines both of those things. And like the words "I stand by this film" were literally coming out of my mouth when "produced by Harvey Weinstein" appeared on the screen. And I was like, well, fuck. So probably just won't watch that film anymore. And then we watched Night of the Creeps, and Night of the Creeps was so good. It really it's just everything that I love in a film. It has ham storyline and acting, and it has like zombies. It's all practical effects. Greg Nicotero is involved, and he is like the king of special effects. Like, he is one of my icons. And it was funny, it was silly, it was over the top, it was gross, it was weird, like everything I want in a film. And there's a lot of older films like that I actually got from, I watched a 3-part documentary. It's called In Search of Darkness. I don't know if anybody likes 80s horror. It's a whole document, so there's 3 parts to it, and then but each part is like 5 hours long, so I kind of watched it more like a series. Whenever I was like crocheting or something, I'd put it on for like an hour. But it's really, really good, and it talks about all of the films like throughout the 80s and everything like that, and how they were made, and like the impact that it had on people. And they got a bunch of people to come in, like actors who were in the films, like certain directors. Corey Taylor from Slipknot is there talking about like just the effect that this had on people and how it like shaped them into who they are and stuff. And if you like horror films, specifically from the 80s, then definitely check out In Search of Darkness. It's on Shudder, and they're actually, I think it's just finished, but they made another one for like the 90s and stuff like that, so I don't think that's out on Shudder and just yet. I think you had to back it. But again, it's just really, really cool. So you can follow them on like Instagram and stuff if you want to keep up to date, but that's where I get a bunch of my films from. And then I think that's everything that I wanted to update you with, so now we're going to actually start crocheting. And we're done. So it goes this way. So this is the warts and this is the tights, I guess. So I did cheeky do the other one. So there's 1 and 2. So they'll sit on like either side of the middle bit. So I'm pretty happy with those. So I don't think I'm gonna join them to the big squares. I think I might leave all of the assembly until the end, or at least maybe just see what it's gonna be next week, like to see what portion of the pattern is gonna be next week, and then maybe go from there. I don't know, I have it in my head, I think it's weird to connect it from the outside rather than doing the middle piece and then connecting the sides and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just something that's telling me I shouldn't do it. So we'll see. That tune might change. I don't know. So for now, I just have, so that's basically just a little look at what this week was. It was to do these, all the detailing, to do these, all the detailing, and then do the appliques on the big squares. So yeah, we are done. There was an awful lot of work this week, not gonna lie, but it was also quite nice to not just be making squares. Like, I really thoroughly enjoyed making this one that you're crocheting into the piece and you've got your double crochets and your bobble stitches and stuff. Like, it was quite nice to have something not just a granny square. Like, it was kind of nice to stir it up a little bit, you know, in that regard. So that was quite fun. So that is everything for now. Our movie for tonight is Megan, the first one. I think that's a great film. I think it's a lot of fun. Not groundbreaking by any means, but a bit of crack. You know, you kind of put it on while I'm crocheting, that kind of thing. It's a bit fun. I haven't rewatched it in ages, and I wanted to watch it because I think we can get a stream of Megan 2.0 now. So I wanted to watch the first one before we watch the second one. I don't know when we're going to watch the second one. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, that's what's the plan for tonight. We are done with week 3. So comment down below, are you doing this? Have you completed week 3? What did you think about it? Actually, comment down below, are you joining all of your sides together now? Or are you going to do what I'm doing and possibly waiting until the end and then joining it all together? Because with this one, I'm just joining with like a little whip stitch, so it doesn't honestly take that long. I'm not doing any fancy joining. I'm literally just whip stitching it, so it's pretty quick, and I just like stick a YouTube video on or something like that. And so yeah, let me know, are you joining it? Are you gonna wait and kind of see? What did you think of this week? Let's keep the conversation going. Like I keep saying, I am loving all the comments that I'm getting. It is so cool to have a little community. Don't forget to like the video. It keeps letting me know that you guys are liking what I'm putting out. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a huge chunk of people watching that aren't subscribed. What are you doing? Subscribe. It's free and you get to see my face every week. Oh, I think I'm delirious from the heat. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this week's video. I cannot wait to start the next week with you guys. Week 4. Can you believe it? Week 4. It's blanket's gonna be done. It's crazy. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. I'll let you go and I'll talk to you later. Bye.